Refreshing stories. My name is Hiroshi. I'm a salaryman working in sales for a chemical manufacturing company. Every day, I go around to manufacturers and trading companies to have sales meetings. I entered the company straight after graduating college, and this will be my 8th year. I've become a mid-level employee recently, and I've been given some very big projects within the company as well. That was another great presentation today. There's no doubt that today's sales meeting was a win. Thank you very much, sir. It's all thanks to your guidance that got me this far. I'm going to keep getting those sales up. That's what I like to hear. We're counting on you as the ace of our sales department. Yes, sir. That truck is driving this way. Doesn't it seem off to you? It is swerving quite a lot. Wait a minute. Is the driver asleep? Oh, there's a young girl over there. Right in front of my eyes was a young girl who was crossing the street, and she hadn't noticed the truck that was bulldozing straight for her. This is bad. At this rate, she's gonna get run over. Watch out!
What?
I ran and immediately grabbed the girl, and we slid across the street into the sidewalk. We were able to somehow avoid getting hit by the truck, but the girl and I both hit our heads and were hurt. Ow! Are you okay?
Yeah.
It looks like I got you injured. I'm sorry.
No way! You're even more hurt than I am!
Are you both okay? I just called the police, and I also called an ambulance! Thank you very much. You should have a doctor look at your injuries too.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saving me, mister.
After that, the two of us were taken to different hospitals. We would never meet again. But I heard that she made a quick recovery and was discharged from the hospital fully healed, and I was relieved. 2 weeks later, I also made a recovery and was discharged. I was able to go back to living a normal life, but I was left with a fairly large scar on my face.
That wound, are you okay? Should I show you to the nearest hospital?
What? Oh, no, I'm fine. This injury's already healed anyway.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry. I made a mistake and thought you just got injured.
No, thank you very much for your concern. Now I'm back in perfectly healthy shape. And, well, the scar on my face was pretty obvious, so a lot of people would look at it and worry. Even when I got back to work, the presence of the scar was stuck to me, and because a lot of the clients started to worry about me, little by little, I became very insecure about it. Back when I didn't have this scar, I was able to proudly lift my face and give presentations. Maybe I can try growing out my hair to hide this scar. A few weeks later, Hiroshi, about that hairstyle. You mean my hair in the front? I understand you want to hide the scar, but you won't be able to look our clients in the eye looking like that. Will you? I've heard a few concerns already. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. There's no need to force yourself to continue working in sales. You know that the sales department is based on the principle of merit, right? I think this will result in you having to change department. Please understand. Yes, I understand. After that, my desk was moved to the very back corner, and for 10 years after that, I continued to do jobs that didn't require interacting with many people. I was very sad to be removed from my job in sales that I loved so much, but after losing all confidence in myself, perhaps that was best. I was very grateful to my company, who kept me hired for 10 years, but then our company performance started to fall, and around the time they began the company restructure, I became victim to that. And at the age of 40, I was forced to resign. Now I have to find a new job. I'm at this age already, so I can't just sit around. I need to start applying to all kinds of listings. That's what I thought as I looked forward to the interviews, but it was rejection after rejection. Because I hadn't been interacting with people in my job for a while, my lack of confidence was very obvious to the interviewers. After being rejected from more than 10 companies, I was on the verge of a breakdown. That was company number 15, wasn't it? I've gotten used to the interviews now, but because I don't want them to see my scar, I can't properly look up at their faces and talk to them. Let's see. The next interview is with MM&U LLC. It's a startup that's producing skincare and makeup. It's only 1 year since they started production, but their annual sales are already 10 million? That's amazing! Looks like they're on fire. Is a place like that even going to consider me? When I entered the offices, I was quickly directed to the conference room. Waiting there for me was a young woman who looked like she was in her 20s.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Megumi Tachibana, the CEO and representative director of this company.
What? You're the CEO?
Yes, I set up this company about 1 year ago and now I'm running it.
And as a CEO, you're doing the interviews yourself?
Of course, the employees are the treasure of the company.
I see. She's super easy to talk to, but you can tell she must work extremely hard. She's more than a decade younger than me. That's amazing.
So, Mr. Ohira, I would like to be able to see the face of the person that I might be working together with in the future. If you wouldn't mind, can you please pull your hair back so I can see your face?
What? Sure.
That injury!
Uh-oh. This isn't an injury. Well, it was an injury, but this is a scar I got over 10 years ago, so it doesn't hurt or anything at all anymore. So there's no need to worry.
10 years ago, I knew it. I've been looking for you.
Sorry?
I never would have thought I'd seen you in a place like this.
Miss Tachibana, is something the matter? I'm not following the conversation.
No, it's nothing. Basically, I've been looking to hire someone like you.
To hire someone like me?
Yes, I knew from looking at your eyes, the strong willpower and fighting spirit that lies in those eyes.
What? But I haven't even introduced myself or answered any questions yet.
Even without talking to you, I can see through everything already. I know that until now you've been supporting your company in sales, and I know that you ran through the battlefields to make a difference. What I'm trying to say is, you're hired!
I'm sorry, I don't really understand what you're saying. Who do you think I am?
I'm sorry, I got a little carried away, but would you not be interested in working for our company?
Oh no, that's not the case at all. I'm very happy to be able to be hired by you, but may I just ask a little bit more about the job description?
Yes, of course! Please allow me to tell you how great our company is.
After that, Miss Tachibana spoke at length to me about her company, and I was going to be assigned to the sales department, as I was doing in my previous job, and I was officially hired. A few months later, I had arrived at a new potential client. This was to suggest the launch of our brand new foundation at their boutique shop. This foundation's being deployed in 16 colors to match all skin shades, and they're all named after traditional Japanese colors from ancient times.
Stop!
Sorry?
You! Why are you looking down and talking to the ground? I can't hear you well at all.
That's... Pardon me for that.
This is something that you're trying to place in my shop, so of course I already know about the product features. The problem here is whether we will be able to build a strong relationship with your company or not.
Yes.
And if you look at what a company-to-company relationship is, it's actually people-to-people. And I want to judge whether I can safely leave a part of my store in your hands. And yet, you seem to be hiding your own little shell. You're not speaking to a wall, you know.
I'm very sorry.
Please come back when you're ready.
She was completely disappointed in me. Isn't there something I can do to convince that CEO? Any ideas? Or no? Do I give up on that shop and I set up a different strategy for a sales plan?
Mr. Ohira, you're still working overtime at this hour?
Oh yes, I was just thinking about something.
You're looking quite troubled. If it's about work, do you want to try talking to me about it? Maybe we can figure it out together. I am the CEO after all.
That's true. I'm sorry. Well then, I may take you up on that. This is a very embarrassing thing to say, but I told Miss Tachibana about what happened earlier that day, and how because of my scar, I'm not able to have confidence in myself to this day, and that I couldn't think of any good ideas on how to gain the trust of other clients when I'm like this. And that's the situation. But
I see. During your interview, you did seem a little bit nervous, but I now understand that that was the reason why.
yes, all these years, this scar has been on my mind, and even 10 years later, I have a hard time being positive about it.
I see. For 10 years you've been suffering like that. Mr. Ohira, will you let me tell you my story? I don't normally show anybody this, but
That scar, is that?
I was also in an accident 10 years ago, and I was injured, Mr. Ohira. Do you remember? The young girl that you saved that day.
What? Wait, are you telling me that little girl is you, Miss Tachibana?
That's right. That was me. Thank you very much, truly, for saving me that day. And I'm very sorry I'm only thanking you so many years later.
No, I can imagine it was hard to say given the situation, but that being said, I never could have imagined that little girl would grow up to be so impressive.
That was already 10 years ago, so of course I'm an adult already. And so, just like you, I have been living with this scar for over 10 years.
I see. You too. However, your makeup is perfect. I didn't notice the scar at all.
In order to hide it this much, it was a long road of trial and error, and that's been really useful in my current work too.
It all makes sense. Was the scar the reason why you started your own skincare and makeup brand?
That's right. In the beginning, I was borrowing my mom's makeup, but with just normal makeup, I wasn't able to hide a large scar like this. And so, I studied the ingredients and how to create makeup. And then I set up a business. And first, I created a concealer. And that is our best-selling product right now.
You put in a lot of hard work for this. That's a huge difference from me.
Please don't say such a thing. Mr. Hiroshi, you are my hero. Even in the tough times since I started my business, I would think back to the day that you saved my life. And it would cheer me up that I needed to try harder.
I never could have imagined that the old me would be able to encourage you like that. What an honor.
It's not just the old you. You're encouraging me now too. You miraculously came to our company, and now I get to work with you like this. So happy! So please, don't give up on yourself.
Miss Tachibana, thank you very much. You must have struggled like me. No, more than me. But you worked hard, and you've succeeded this much. I feel like I've woken up just now. I also need to look forward and put my all into my work now.
Mr. Ohira, that's wonderful. That's the spirit.
Tomorrow, I'll go back to that client. The most important thing isn't the presentation or the strategy. I think it's to face them straightforward as myself.
I think so too. And if you'd like, I can show you how to hide the scar too.
Yes, that would be great. The next day, I arrived back at the boutique shop to meet with the CEO again. This time, I pulled my hair back, looked her in the eyes, and confidently gave my presentation. Those are the 3 main reasons why we believe that our product would be a great fit to present in your shop.
Haha, you seem like a different person today, but I can see that you have very kind eyes.
Thank you very much.
I do believe that I can trust you with our shop. I look forward to working with you.
Of course, I'm looking forward to it as well. After that, little by little, I was able to regain my confidence, and my sales ability was revived. Just like 10 years ago, I was able to blossom again into the top salesman of the company. Miss Tachibana was continuing to explode her product development and business abilities, and her company succeeded in growing from a startup into a major company. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And if you have time, please check out our other videos as well. Alright then, see you next time. Bye.